Welcome to TC Talk Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA regular season is quickly approaching. On this channel, I'm going to have team previews for every single team in the league. Yes, all 30 teams in the NBA. If you need to get caught up on what happened last year and what to look forward to this year, you've come to the right place. Every single team, I'm going to have their statistics, records from last year, players to keep an eye on going forward this year, and predictions of what they're going to do come the end of the year. If you love NBA basketball, probably not as much as me, but subscribe to this channel. I have previews for every single team going into the 2025 season, so you're definitely going to want to follow along on this journey, and throughout the entire season, I'll have so much NBA content out there. Also, go give the TC Talk Sports TikTok page a follow. We'll have shorter form content on there as well, but it's going to be a great NBA season, and you're definitely going to want to follow along here on TC Talk Sports. The lineup for every video, it's random, but I thought it would be appropriate to start with the defending NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. So I'm wearing the world's tallest leprechaun shirt, trying to match the green with them. We got the gold tablecloth representing the trophy that they won last year. First NBA team preview, Boston Celtics. Let's get into it. Last season, the Celtics finished a league best 64-18 record, had the second best offense in the league, averaging 120.6 points per game. That was only second behind the Indiana Pacers, who averaged 123 points per game. On the defensive side, they gave up 109 points per game. That was fifth best in the league. So on both sides of the ball, Celtics pretty much dominant all year round. They were second in team rebounds, and they averaged 6.6 blocks per game. That was first in the league. Most of that going to Kristaps Porzingis. Did miss some games with an injury, but he was an elite rim protector last season. Even their guards getting involved with Drew Holiday and Derek White, and of course Jaylen Brown getting after it on the defensive side. Jaylen Brown last year, he was your finals MVP. In the playoffs, he averaged 23.9 points per game, a career high in the playoffs for him. Brought in 5 rebounds per game and also dished out 5 assists per game. He had a fantastic regular season as well, 23 points per game. He shot 49.9% from the field, a career high for him, and also a career high with 3.6 assists per game. He was a more efficient player last year, more efficient scorer. He took less threes than he has in the past few years, focused more on attacking the rim and, of course, passing to teammates. That's how he set his career high in assists. Jason Tatum, who I think is a really good basketball player. A lot of people saying that he stinks. He is a little bit corny with what he was doing in the playoffs last season, but he is a really good basketball player. He averaged 26.9 points per game. That was 7th best in the entire NBA. Shot 37.6% from 3, and he also set a career high in assists with 4.9. As I continue to go through some of these players, you're going to notice a common theme of players on this team setting career highs. Kristaps Porzingis only played 57 regular season games last year, only 7 games throughout that long playoff run for the Celtics. But during the regular season, he averaged 20 points per game, 1.9 blocks per game. That led the team, and he shot 37.5% from 3. He is that ultimate two-way player. He can protect the rim on defense, score from anywhere on the floor on offense at 7'3", 7'4", whatever he is. He is a great three-point shot, and he got injured last year, obviously, had foot surgery in June, but Brad Stevens says that he's making progress and should be ready to go for this season. And if he stays healthy, the rest of this Boston Celtics team stay healthy, they're going to be very scary once again. Derek White, kind of that low-key MVP player for the Celtics last season. He averaged 15 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 5.2 assists per game. He led the Celtics in assists, and that was his career high. So now that's 3 players with career high in assists for this team, and this just shows how good that Boston Celtics team is and will be again in this 2025 season. They can swing the ball around the perimeter, pass it inside, outside. All 5 guys can shoot the 3 on the floor at one time. Super dangerous offense. And Derek White setting a career high in three-point percentage. He shot 39% last season for the Celtics as well. And Drew Holiday, his first season with the Celtics, coming over from the Milwaukee Bucks. They mostly wanted him for his defense. He's a fantastic on-ball defender, one of the best in the entire league. He averaged 12.5 points per game, set a career high with 5.4 rebounds per game, a great ball handler and passer, averaged 4.8 assists per game, and set a career high with 42.9% three-point shooting. Again, that just shows how dangerous this team is. Everybody can shoot the ball, everybody can pass, everybody can rebound, and they're a really good defensive team as a unit. Brad Stevens has done a fantastic job constructing this roster. Joe Mazzulla has done a fantastic job coaching this team. It makes it a lot easier when you have a roster like this, especially the starting five. As I just said, a lot of guys setting career highs in assists, rebounds, or three-point shooting. I mean, this team is just so good, it's ridiculous. You know, Brad Stevens makes his money in the offseason and free agency and trades. This offseason, the Celtics drafted Baylor Shireman out of Creighton. 6'6", 200 pounds. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get because of the Celtics team is so deep and that starting five is so good. But he was also a very good basketball player, especially his last 2 years at Creighton. He can handle the ball. He's a good rebounder. He was great at Creighton, really. Averaged 9 rebounds per game, scoring 18.5 points per game, and also added 4 assists per game. I mean, he was one of the reasons why Creighton was one of the best teams in the country last season. He doesn't jump off the court with his speed or quickness, but he's a very good shooter and a good rebounder for only being about 6'6". He'll probably play the small forward position. If the Celtics want to go smaller, I could see him in that 4 spot as well. Celtics also drafting Anton Watson out of Gonzaga. He's 6'8", about 235 pounds, another smaller type forward player. If they want to go a little bit bigger, I can see him playing at the 3, but his minutes in the rotation will probably come at the power forward spot. And not saying Kristaps Porzingis is going to get hurt, but he's very prone to injuries. If he misses time, Luke Cornett would probably take over at that center position. We could see Watson at the 4 and getting more minutes than he normally would. He averaged 14.5 points per game with the Bulldogs of Gonzaga last season, 7 rebounds. I mean, he's an aggressive player. He'll bring the energy on and off the floor for the Celtics this season. Also in the offseason, low-key good move for the Celtics, Brad Stevens. As I said, he's great with this stuff, signing Lonnie Walker. It's a familiar name. He's only 25 years old. They signed him on a 1-year deal. He averaged 9.7 points per game and shot 38% from 3 last season with the Brooklyn Nets. It just adds more depth to the Celtics in case of an injury or they just need to switch things up. And again, he can do everything as a point guard: dribble, pass, shoot. As I said, 38% from 3. Just another dangerous leg to this Boston Celtics powerhouse. Player to watch for the Boston Celtics in this 2025 season. He should be a common household name by now, but if not, it's Peyton Pritchard, point guard out of Oregon. He played all 82 games last season. He averaged 22 minutes per game, put up 9.6 points per game. Another very, very good three-point shooter. Shot 38.5% last season. Added 3 rebounds and 3 assists per game as well for Boston off the bench. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to win a 6th Man of the Year award, but he is a super valuable part of this Celtics team. They re-signed him to a longer contract. He got married this offseason as well. Congratulations, Peyton. Fantastic ball handler as well. He's always been that since he came into the league. And this team can play 10, 11, maybe even 12 guys per game. And I still think that going into this season, the Celtics are going to be the best team in the NBA. My prediction for them, short and sweet. I think they're going back-to-back, and they're going to win the championship again this year. This goes for every prediction I'll have throughout these team previews. If they stay fully healthy, guys are going to miss games here and there, obviously, and that's everybody in the NBA. But if this team stays fully healthy and they have this roster going into the playoffs, the Boston Celtics are going back-to-back and will be the 2025 NBA champions.